All right. All right. Hold on, let me move in here to the mic. I am here today, back for the afternoon experiment. Still trying this stuff out. Still trying it out. Um, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, hold on, let me. Oh, got to kill that speaker. But I am here, uh, hanging out. Of course, if you're here with me, then you already know how to join. If you're here with me, you already know how to join. Um, had a long day yesterday, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Little video shoot that I had to do. Had a bit meeting, video shoot, meeting. So I was busy all day, but had a good time. Mike, sup? Sup? Hey, and I appreciate y'all being patient with me. The times that I can make it and the times that I can't. But you know, I still got to get out there and try to make things work. I still got to get out there and try to make things work. So I'm just doing what I'm doing. So I know I'm not as consistent as I would like to be. Not as consistent as I would like to be, but I'm here. I'm here when I can be. Let me see. I want to give a few more people an opportunity to get in here. So a few more people. I don't have much to talk about today. I was so busy yesterday, didn't really get a chance to check the news and really see what's going on. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. A few things that are, feel a little trivial. What's up, Daryl? What's up, Purple Rain? Good afternoon. Oh, you got a picture up there now. Okay. Oh no, I'm thinking about Purple Pros. Okay, my bad. I didn't want to confuse you because I was about to say that is a shocking photo. But you're not Purple Pros. You're Purple Rain. So, but thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for hanging out with me for just a little bit of time today. For just a little bit of time. I know I said I would be 1 to 3 regularly. I might not have enough to go till 3 o'clock today. Might not have enough to go to 3 o'clock. I was going to deliver yesterday. I was prepared to deliver the State of the Black Union speech just conceptually. I hadn't written anything out, but conceptually, I was ready to deliver my State of the Black Union speech. I was going to do it in front of Congress. Nah, she not asleep. She over there talking with somebody. I got to figure out why she'd be talking to. They just be over there talking. I have to figure out why that is. But yeah, it's some weird stuff going on over there. Um, I always be getting on my little backgrounds and stuff. Leave my backgrounds alone. Um, let's see. Got Miss Lucky Charm in here. Got a few things in here. Okay, hold on a second. Y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all. Come on. Don't go nowhere. I'm still here. I promise. I'm still here. I just have to figure this thing out. Something's going on here that's disturbing me. So I have to. All right. There we go. All right. Good to see you. Jerika. I see you there. Candy D. Cedric. Anthony. Yeah, yesterday I was gonna deliver. Hold on, let me see if I can show y'all this. Go here, go here, go here. I was gonna deliver my State of the Black Union speech. He was gonna be gone. And it was just going to be me delivering the speech. And, every once in a while, uh, my people was going to stand up. It was going to be nice. He wasn't going to be there. He wasn't going to be there at all. He was going to be gone. I was just going to be giving the speech, and I would say something amazing and they would stand up and clap. that was going to be the plan. That was going to be the plan. But it ended up not being the plan. It ended up not happening because I got that call at night. I got that call. So I had to do what I had to do. So it didn't happen. But that was the plan. That was the plan. But now it's me and you, and we're talking. My color saturation is up high. It's actually not. It's actually not up that high. Now hold on. Now I got to get here. Go here. And go here. See, I'm trying to show y'all some of the behind the scenes stuff. Let me go back to the studio. Get back to the studio. But that was the plan. That was the plan yesterday. I had it all ready to go. I hadn't written the speech yet. But I was prepared. Vernon, what's up? But let me talk about something that just caught my eye. It caught my eye just a few minutes ago. Apparently, the divorce of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian is final. It's final now. She's single. And so now I would say, if he continue, he is stalking. If he continue, he's stalking. See, I was 100% team Kanye. If you're trying to save your marriage, you got my support, because I believe marriage is important. I do. I believe people don't value it enough. But the divorce is final now. So now, Kanye, leave that woman alone. Leave that woman alone. If you don't now, you're stalking. Now, I'm not telling him. No, that's not Chad. That's not Chad in the background. I'm not telling him to be, best of friends with Pete Davidson. I'm not telling him that. He could still, get on Pete Davidson all he wants. He could say whatever he want to say about Pete Davidson, whatever. But yeah, he need to leave her alone. Leave her alone. The divorce is final. And now just focus on taking care of y'all kids. Now just focus on taking care of y'all kids. Y'all too focused on the people in the background. They back there, it's some stuff happening. It's some stuff happening in the background. I changed the angle of the camera so, y'all can see that there are people back there, So, yeah, there's chairs there. There's chairs. We do it big over here at the studios of the Afternoon Experiment. But Jackie, I think maybe she do. Well, I'm certain she has a bodyguard. She has bodyguards. So that's not the issue. She's got bodyguards. Now it really does become a matter of, why y'all so focused on the back? Is the divorce final, or has she been declared legally single? There may be a difference. There may be a difference. Correct. You are correct. There may be a difference. But if as far as I'm concerned, you divorced. Once you done gone to court and a judge has said you single now, that's it. It's over. Game over. So she's single now. Kanye need to leave her alone. Let that woman go ahead and live her life. do whatever it is that she's gonna do, and just that be that. If he continues to pursue her and, just act crazy, it's stalking, and she should probably get a protection order. But again, I was down with him when it was just a matter of, we're going through a divorce and I want my wife back. I respected that. I respected that wholeheartedly. But other than that, no. Hold on. I thought I saw Miss Monday up in here. Yeah, there she is. Miss Monday says the divorce is now basically just dividing the assets. She's single and so is he. Yeah, and so if he persists stalking. Don't them Kardashians got a brother? Don't them Kardashians got a brother who could sit Kanye down and holler at him and say, "Yo, bruh, stop, stop. She don't want you. She went through with the divorce. It's over. Move on." I would think sometimes, Rob, yeah, that's his name. Rob. And everybody's saying Rob is a punk. Rob is soft. I don't perceive Kanye as being like hard. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody saying go fight him. But is anybody reaching out to Kanye? Anybody reaching out to him like, now it's over, bruh? Stop. Everybody dogging out her brother. I don't know nothing about her brother. I remember there was a brother and somebody said Rob. So I remember that. He had a child with Black China. See, y'all know way too much about this stuff. Y'all be watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all watching that stuff? Yeah, if you know who the brother got a baby with, you are too invested in the lives of the Kardashians. All right. Even though somebody might say, bruh, you the one brought up the Kardashians. You talking about the divorce. It's different. It's different. But yeah. Purple Prose was on. Purple Prose said the convoy is here. Purple Prose, I'm not exactly sure what that means. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Let's see. Good afternoon. Tell that lady sitting a few chairs down to come and say hello to all of us. Becky. Becky busy. Becky busy. She having a conversation with Todd. They ain't got time. They ain't got time to be coming down here. They working. Let them. I mean, they, a little on break-ish. But nobody works the whole time they at work. Then leading people along. Leading people along. Becky and Todd ain't hurt nobody. Becky and Todd ain't hurt nobody. Kanye hanging with Antonio Brown. I did a little, because y'all know I'm not watching NFL, even though I do see news. I'm not sure that Antonio Brown was all that wrong in what he did. I think a lot of people read him wrong. A lot of people read Antonio Brown wrong. Black China punk Rob into tears. See, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know who Black China is. My my guess is that she's a Black woman who looks a little Chinese. I don't know. Raymond says they personal business everywhere. I've never seen a show, but I own a social media account. So do I. And I don't know that much about them. Rick Owens, Brent. I don't know if he's hanging out with the Blue Man Group. The truck driver protest is here. Oh, is it? Where? I would love to go down and get some footage. Where is the truck? I told you. It was only like 3 people in here when I mentioned it. Yesterday, I had a little meeting, and then I had to go do some shooting of some video, and then I had another meeting. I didn't get a chance to check out any news. I don't know what's going on. So if the truck driver protest is here, please somebody tell me where they at. Somebody tell me where they at. Black China wanted that Kardashian money, got it and moved on. All right. Her name Becky. You playing? Oh, that's her name, Becky. Becky, all right. Don't hate on my staff. Why y'all always doing that? Todd trying to get his holler on. I don't know what Todd doing. I can tell you, Becky ain't feeling Todd like that. That I can tell you. She'll talk to him. He's definitely in the friend zone. No doubt about that. I do agree about Antonio Brown. Yeah, I didn't talk about it because when it was going on, I'm not an NFL guy anymore. Unless Colin Kaepernick get a job, or unless what is the brother's name? I don't know why I can't think of his name. Who gonna be potentially buying an NFL team? What is his name? Oh, it's escaping me right now. But he used to do the late night talk show. He's a media mogul. Byron Allen. Thank you. If Byron Allen get a franchise, if he buys the Broncos, then I'll start back watching. But if he does not get a franchise, and the reason I'm saying that is because I honestly believe that will help the league in terms of its racial attitude. I don't perceive Byron Allen as, and I always hated this term, but I understand it, as a token type of guy. Byron Allen be out there suing everybody for everything. If he perceive it's personal, sure. He's suing. If you won't spend money with me and my company, I'm gonna sue you. If you want, stuff like that. If you are conspiring against me and my company, I will sue you. And race is the base of a lot of that the basis for a lot of that stuff. So I don't perceive Byron Allen as like some super black guy, but I'm down with Byron Allen and what he's doing. So if he gets the Broncos, I'll come back in to support him. But if he don't get the Broncos and Colin Kaepernick don't get a gig, I'm still out. So they keep coming up with different ways to rope me back in. Or maybe it's me trying to come up with different ways to get roped back in. But I haven't watched it. And I don't see myself watching it. Let me see. From the Columbus Dispatch, some truck convoys still 10-4 with hundreds expected to pass through greater Columbus. Oh, I thought you meant they were here. I thought you meant they were here in Cincinnati. Let's see. Bottom line, he was trying to get a game CK, but claiming he was injured. The head coach said, "Oh, you doing that? You ain't doing predictive text. You just can't type or spell. One of those, Vernon. That's not predictive text. Predictive text ain't gonna write in caps game CK. Predictive text don't write in caps GTFOH. No. So write that over. Help me understand what you're saying. Somebody said, give up on that. Talking about Kaepernick, he's been out too long. I don't know. The man say that he's staying in shape. He's playing. He's throwing with college players, and he's ready to go. He's saying he's ready to go. I take his word for it. I'll take his word for it. You and Antonio have something in common right now. What's that? What do we have in common? We have a lot in common. We're both black. We're both men. We're both really good at what we do. Yeah, that's true. Um, Kelly Prather. Good afternoon, Kelly Prather. Kelly in the house. So I wanted to talk about that. I did want to talk a little bit about the State of the Union address. Just a little bit. One of the things that did stick out to me about the State of the Union address, or I guess I would say didn't stick out, was I didn't hear a whole lot of talk about black people. I legit didn't hear a whole lot of talk about. At one point, he said to confirm his nomination to the Supreme Court, but that was like, if I remember, see, I would have been on point with this yesterday. If I remember, that was like almost real quick in passing. Like, oh, by the way, I nominated a black chick to the Supreme Court. Y'all should confirm her. And by the way, and I was like, whoa, that was it. That was it. He didn't he didn't he didn't say a lot about black people. He didn't say a lot about black people. Let's see. Jackie Jones says boycott is a waste of time. Maybe for you, it would be a waste of time because your heart wouldn't be in it. Again, a boycott, in my opinion, is not for other people. It's for you. It's for you. I say I didn't like something that y'all did. I would not support y'all with my viewership or with my money until y'all change something to make me feel better about whatever it is that happened that bothered me. Well, but they don't know about it. Well, maybe they don't miss my little money. Maybe they don't miss my little viewership. But it's for me. It's for me. It's not for them. It's for me. So for you, it would be a waste of time because you don't really feel it. But for me, not a waste of time. Jason says, I'm sure he meant Cap took himself out the league. All right. The vaccine mandate was put in place by the Canadian government. They were not letting anyone in their country unless they were vaccinated. Correct. And that's why those truckers are doing what they're doing. And I support them. I support their right to, I don't know that they got a right to like block roads and stuff, but I support them standing against what it is that they're standing against because I don't agree with these vaccine mandates. I do not agree with a vaccine mandate. I understand as a nation, if you're petrified, you might say, we're going to mandate this. But realistically speaking, at this point right now, where the numbers are right now, it's time for a lot of this mandated stuff to kind of go away. Give it a shot. Let's see what happens if we go back to normal. See what happens. And then if the numbers flare up, you can always reinstitute some stuff. Here's Glenn. He talked about voting rights and John Lewis Act. How long? He did mention it. How long, though? He spent a lot of time talking about a lot of stuff. And you would kind of think it wasn't a whole lot of us around here. Did he call you? Yeah. I forgot to call Scott. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you today, Scott. Today. Be ready. When I get off the air, As a matter of fact, send your number again, because I know the number I have for you ain't no good no more. Send your number again. Send me a message in Facebook so that as soon as I get off, I'll go to my messages in Facebook and I will call you as soon as I get off the air. All right. Um, let's see. The State of the Union was really good. The State of the Union was really good. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? The pandemic is almost out of here. It's a little too late for a protest. Well, they've been protesting for a minute, and they're protesting because they wouldn't let them in. They wouldn't let them in. Why does him not speaking on black people seem surprising? Because we're important. We're important. We were an important part of him being elected, and I just thought he should have spoke more on black people. I thought he should have talked a little more about black people. Glenn says he watched. I didn't see Janice's comment. Sorry. Hold on. Let me go back, see if I can find Janice's comment. Janice says, thank you, Glenn. I don't know what she was thanking Glenn for. Oh, I guess he talked about voting rights and the John Lewis Act. So Glenn, you and I guess Janice, you say he talked enough about black people. That was enough for y'all. Just I'm asking your opinion. You think that the State of the Union address focused just the right amount on black people? I'm just checking. And if you did, there's nothing wrong. There's not a wrong answer. There's not a wrong answer. A lot of black cops died because they wouldn't get the shot. I doubt if that's the case. I seriously doubt that that's the case. How do you come to that conclusion? Scott says, no, sir. No, sir, what? You won't send me your number? Is that what you're saying no to? How do you come to the conclusion that a lot of black cops died because they wouldn't get the shot? Help me understand that. Being more focused on what he's not doing for black people, to me, is more important. Jackie says, it's true. It was in the news. Well, we know everything in the news is true. There's no slant to the news. Jackie, you nailed it. Jackie Jones says, believe everything you read in the news and don't question it. Jackie says, believe everything you read in the news and don't question it. You're right. You're right. Janice says, the speech wasn't meant to be just about black people. He covered almost every topic within his speech. Janice, I just asked a simple question. Do you feel like he talked enough about black people and black people's issues in the speech? I know the speech wasn't meant to be just about black people. We all know that. Maybe we did. So here's some other stuff. The speech wasn't meant to be just about Ukraine. It wasn't. The speech wasn't meant to be just about women. It wasn't. The speech wasn't meant to be just about handicapped people or people with special needs. It wasn't. The speech wasn't meant to be just about Democrats. It was not, like we could go on and on and on forever. We know it wasn't meant to be just about black people. All right. Janice says, yes, she feels like he talked enough about, all right. You ain't gotta scream at me, Janice. I was just asking the question. Janice feels like, yes, he talked enough about black people. Okay. Janice says, so what's your point? Well, my point was you made the statement that it wasn't meant to be just about black people, as if we didn't know that. As if we didn't know that. So I had to point out the ridiculousness of that statement by mentioning a whole lot of stuff that we all already knew that it wasn't meant to be just about. We know that. But anyone in any group could say, maybe they felt like he didn't focus enough on their issues. I'm sure there's some veterans who would like he didn't focus enough on veterans issues. They wanted to hear more. They wanted more of a laid out plan on what to do. Someone, I'm sure, who's really focused on this war could say, hey, he didn't focus enough on what's going on in Ukraine. They have that right. You feel like he focused enough on it. But if someone feels like he didn't, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. Janice says, no, I was referring to your ridiculousness. I didn't say anything ridiculous. I said I didn't feel like he focused enough on black people. Now, you did. But then, of course, you threw in the idea that it wasn't just about black people. If Biden spent a half hour talking about black folks, it wouldn't be enough for this guy. That's probably true. That's probably true. I think you think I'm going to be ashamed of that, but I'm not, because I like being black. And I think black people need more attention. I think we need to focus more on equality. I think we need to focus more on issues that black people deal with on a regular basis. So yeah, I'm not ashamed that I would love for him to just give a presidential address on what he wants to do for black people. Janice says he had to include everything. Well, he didn't include everything. But okay, Janice, look, you and Glenn, even though Glenn ain't going too hard right now, you and Glenn, relax. Believe it or not, some people ain't gonna ride his jock for everything he did. That's my jock riding. Some people ain't gonna ride his jock. Some people are actually gonna be critical of some things, like the amount of time he spent talking about black people. You got a right to believe that it's enough. I didn't tell you you're wrong. I just said I didn't feel like it was enough. I just said I didn't feel like it was going too hard about what I'm saying. You ain't, riding his jock too hard today. You know what I'm saying? You said what you felt like, even though you never did actually answer the question, did you feel like he talked enough about black people? So you didn't actually answer the question, but I understand. Why don't you run for Congress? You will have a voice. That's funny. Somebody actually asked me, I know y'all know who. Somebody actually asked me about running for Congress just today. I have no desire to run for Congress. I have no desire to run for Congress. Janice says she don't know how to jock ride. That's sad. That's sad. You're a grown woman. You should know how. I'm saying, and you was married. You got kids. You should know how to. But okay. Nat says it ain't been enough since 1776. And again, I'm not 100% like I'm not anti Joe Biden. I would have just liked to hear more like about the Justice and Policing Act. I would have loved for him to talk about that in a little detail. I would have loved for him to encourage the House and the Senate to pass something, to bring it back up and put it on the table. I would have loved to have heard that. I would have loved to have heard that. Tell me what's unreasonable about that? What's unreasonable about that? It was a State of the Union speech. We know that. It ain't that complicated. What I'm saying is not complicated. If you think what I'm saying is complicated, you might have an issue. Been watching them for years. Congratulations. Now we talking about riding jocks. Silly season has started. I see. When is silly season? Was it? It's, I guess what, March 2nd is silly season. I'm not sure what that means. Um, yes, Nate did call me. He called me to run for Congress. Uh, I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying about wanting a black person to run for Congress. He believes that that'll make a difference because they got to draw those lines. And if you have a black person in Congress from this district, then they can have some influence over the way the lines are drawn. So I understand what he's saying. Again, I'm not the one to run. I'm not the one to run. Nat says reparations now. Okay, I'm not anti-reparations. Why doesn't he run for Congress? He doesn't live in this district. He doesn't live in this district. He's speaking specifically about wanting a black person to run in this district. He specifically wants a black person to run in this district. Let me see. Hold on. I saw something else. Let me see. Brandon says, I thought it was well balanced. Believe it or not, my black people. From other people's perspective, America and the world does not revolve around us. So you also don't believe that he should have mentioned in a little more detail, like the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. That would have been too much, Brandon. And I'm asking Brandon specifically, mentioning in a little more detail and encouraging Congress to take that up and to pass it. You think that would have been just too much to talk about black people? Like, don't do that, Mr. Biden. You've talked about it enough. That's what you're saying? It was enough. If you talk about the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, you're going overboard. That's what you feel. I think there were a few other things that he could have said. I don't have a problem with that. Geneva says he should have talked about that. And that's what I'm saying. It would have been nice. Put it back out there. Put it back on the table. Put it back on the table. Talk about it. The State of the Union address. People who don't pay much attention to politics at all, a lot of them will watch that. And then be, what is this? What is this Justice and Policing Act stuff that he's talking about? I never heard of it. So he could have put it back into the consciousness of America. Now he didn't. He don't have. Look, I get that maybe he didn't think of it or talk about everything, but that's all I'm saying. Is there are other things he could have talked about, additional things that he could have talked about, and I would have appreciated it. I would have appreciated it. Wait a minute. He did mention police reform and funding the police. I didn't say that. Maybe because silly season started, that means people can't hear really well. I said I would have loved for him to talk about the George Floyd Justice in Policing Reform Act. I don't know if that's the exact name of it, but I would have loved for him specifically to talk about that and to encourage Congress to take that back up. I didn't say mention something about funding police and police reform. I said something, there's a specific something that he could have encouraged. Um, Silly season. Well, that's what he said it is. He said it's silly season. And I didn't know that was a season, so I'm still learning. I'm still learning how this stuff works. Glenn, you can't win with this guy. He keeps moving the goalpost. Well, sometimes you need to move the goalpost. Look, I would not be ashamed to want full and total equality. I would not be ashamed of it. Biden cost you your career, and you still have diplomacy for that dude. Biden didn't cost me my career. He did not cost me my career. Um, Realistically, he did try to put something in place. He did try to put something in place, and the Supreme Court said no to that. The Supreme Court said no to that. Private companies have a right to make their own policies, and he can't mandate that. So, no, he didn't. He didn't. And I am I'm 100% down with moving the goalpost. 100%. I don't feel bad about it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Because let me explain. Y'all remember there was a time when Black people just wanted to be free. Free from the shackles of chattel slavery. Remember that? Now, if we didn't move the goalpost, that would have been enough. But all right, once you get there, then what else do? You say, well, we reached that goal, so that's it. Everything is good. No. Black people, I'm going to just bring up some, because y'all know the whole history is way too complicated. Black people didn't want to have to give up their seat and sit in the back of the bus. So, all right, y'all can sit wherever y'all want to sit on the bus. Y'all got what y'all wanted. It's time to move the goalpost. We want to vote. You know what I'm saying? We want to vote like everybody else. Okay, y'all can vote. That time to move the goalpost. If we don't move the goalpost, you set certain goals. And then once you achieve those goals, you move the goalpost. You set another goal. Now, the ultimate goal is, well, for me, would be total equality in every way, shape, or form. That would be the ultimate goal. I know what black wolf fish, that would be too much for you. But for me, no. You move it until we achieve the ultimate goal. If you want to think about it in those terms, like football terms, you keep going, you keep trying to get a first down. So, they had the little stick there at the first down marker. That's where you're trying to get. That's where you're trying to get. But once you get a first down, you don't just say, all right, game over. No. Time to try to get another first down. Guess what they do? They move the sticks. Am I right or am I wrong? I know I haven't watched the NFL in a while. Still be watching college. But once you get a first down, they move the sticks. Yes, they move the sticks. So guess what you got to do? You got to try to get another first down. And then if you get that one, guess what they do? They move the sticks. Then you got to try to get that one. And hopefully you can get all the way down the field. Now, sure, every once in a while, you throw a lob, try to make up a whole lot of ground at once. You try to get that touchdown. We want the touchdown now. We want it now. That don't always work. And you might actually even pick up a lot of ground. So then you skip 2 or 3 first downs. You just picked up 30 yards. But sometimes you get sacked, and now you got to work extra hard to get that next first down. But you don't ever stop moving the sticks, hopefully, until you reach that ultimate goal. And then guess what happens? Guess what happens, Blackwood Fish? This is going to sound crazy to you. It's going to sound super unfair. It's going to sound super unfair. Once you get that goal, guess what? You got to get out there and try to do it again, because the ultimate goal then becomes to win the game. So now you got to get out there and you got to keep up. Say, dang, they scored. Why are they trying to score again? Sometimes you get penalties, you get setbacks, you get sacked, you get setbacks. It's all part of the game, man. How you be mad? How you be mad? Because every once in a while, something go your way and you like, well, that went your way. You should be satisfied. Oh, this guy, no matter what happens, this guy, he always gonna do to move the goalpost. Damn straight. You damn straight. Until we have complete and total equality. All this little stuff is cool. It's cool. But you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't stop. You can't give up. Glenn says, but you need all people on offense to move together. Sometimes you have to deal with an Antonio Brown who is not a team player and messes things up for everybody. I don't know that I agree with that. Because I think everybody on that field, they all have the same goal, but they're not all trying to achieve it the same way. How did y'all get me into this? They all had the same goal, but they're not all trying to achieve it the same way. I can almost guarantee you got a running back, especially if he coming up on some bonus, they got incentives. He want to run the ball. The wide receiver, he wants you to throw it to him. He don't want to be no decoy running down the field and then you hitting somebody on a slant. He want it. Throw it to me. But everybody want the same goal, for the most part. Everybody want the same goal. But they not all gonna go about it the same way. Well, me. It's all about me, if that's the way you feel about Antonio Brown. You know why he keep getting jobs in the NFL? Even though he seems like he's about me. Him being about me, we can take advantage of that. So maybe we should adopt that same mentality about some things. Like, look, let's not bash that person. Because if he achieve what he trying to achieve, maybe that'll help us as a people achieve. Maybe. You've never played organized football. You can't win if you don't play as a team. I never said anything about not playing as a team, but everybody on the team wants something different. Everybody on the team wants something different. You really think a quarterback, especially if his contract is incentive laden, is going to be happy with a team that just run the ball? He want to throw. Oh, he calling another handoff? Oh my goodness, how am I going to get my bonuses? He want to win. but he also want to get his bonus. He want to throw. And wait, sometimes I think we don't really think about that. And we look at people like, oh, he just out for himself. Oh, he just out for himself. Let people be out for themselves sometime. What was it? Keyshawn Johnson, his thing was just throw me the ball. That's selfish, man. That's selfish, man. Come on. He made some pretty big plays, though. He was kind of dynamic. He was kind of dynamic. So every once in a while, you're like, this might not be the best play, but just heat that ball up to him and give him a shot. And then he come down with it. Yeah, it was selfish, but guess what? The whole team benefited from it. Yes, goalpost moving. How y'all got me here? How y'all got me here? The last place team gets the first pick, though. Black people should be getting a Joe Burrow right now. I'm not 100% sure how that works in my analogy, but yes, Joe Burrow. um, let's see. We need to be on one accord. You talked about having the ultimate goal, and everybody's ultimate goal is not the same. Then we're all going in different directions. That's probably where we are now. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Sure, there you might run up on somebody on the team who want to tank the game. They intentionally dropping passes and stuff like that. That might happen, but for the most part, and just talking about for the most part, black people want equality as a whole. Maybe except for one or two people on here. Maybe, except for one or two here or there. But for the most part, we all want equality. Some people even would want to go a little further than that and want dominance. But just because you don't like the way that somebody moving, don't mean that they're moving in a different direction. And again, I'm granting you that there are some people who are trying to move in a different direction. Some people looking at the other team and they saying, hey, I can help you score. We about to throw the ball here. You just step in front of it and you'll get a nice little pick six. We do have some of those. We do have some of those, but not the majority. Not the majority. And yeah, we got some people, a whole lot of people actually, who just standing around, taking up space. You supposed to be running a route as a decoy of some sort, and you didn't even move. You just standing there. That exists. That exists. But for the purpose of what we were talking about, I was saying I wanted to hear a little more from President Biden about black people. Specifically, I wanted to hear him encourage the people, Congress, to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Specifically, that was one of the things that I wanted to hear. But I didn't hear it. I'm not saying he's a evil guy because he didn't say it. Because again, I'm certain that there's somebody else somewhere who's like, oh, I wanted to hear this. And somebody, I wanted to hear that. So then you always gonna have people, they say you can't please everybody. I do find it very interesting when you say, man, I wanted to hear this. And you get the people, no, he said enough. He was just fine. It was flawless. It was perfect. What you want from him? Oh, it's like, relax, calm down, Ian. Calm down. I didn't say he was evil. I didn't call him a white supremacist. I just said I wanted to hear a little more. Get off his bird. You know you can support somebody and still criticize them. Y'all know that. Y'all wear that. I don't know that some people are. I know you're not using football analogies, boycotter. Uh, See, sometimes you have to teach people. Maurice, you know the NFL is not the only football. You got college football. You got Canadian football. You got high school football. You got junior high school football. You got youth football, pee-wee football. You even got some fake schools playing football. You can talk about football even if you boycott the NFL. But just to your point, you're acting like the NFL is the only football that's played. It's not. That's right. You got flag football. You got arena football. It's a lot of football out there. You got Tecmo Bowl. That's right. There's a whole lot of different arenas in which people play football. So just because I'm boycotting the NFL doesn't mean I can't use a football analogy. You ain't mentioned football all year, period. That's factually inaccurate. Factually inaccurate. As a matter of fact, as the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl, I mentioned them a number of times. I remember I was talking about whether or not I believed the Bearcats would make it to the college football playoffs. That's football. That was this year. Remember that? So what you're saying is factually inaccurate. I've actually talked about the NFL, even though I'm not watching it, but I've definitely mentioned football a number of times this year. Just try to be factually accurate. There it is. We need to be more concerned at this time about the Ohio House bill regarding conceal and carry. The police will not need to do the shooting. Look, I'm with what was it, Bill? Was it 215 or 205? Whatever. I don't understand. But I want to find a way to put it. I want to find a way to put it so that it makes sense. But it's hard for me because people are entrenched in their position. Let me say this. If I want to carry a gun, I want the right to carry that gun because the Constitution kind of gives me that right. I know y'all think I should have to get some training, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I should just be able to get me a gun and carry it if that's what I want to do because I have a right to do that. Let me compare it to another right guaranteed by the Constitution. Freedom of speech. It's not the same, Emanuel. Kind of is. Kind of is. It's a right. And I shouldn't have to get training to talk. I shouldn't have to get, because it's a right guaranteed by the Constitution. I should just be able to say what I want to say for the most part. And you don't want this because you got a right to have a gun. Don't mean you got a right to go killing people willy-nilly. No one's saying that. But if I want to carry a gun, I don't understand y'all who are like, no, we don't want our rights. We want the government to restrict our rights. Help me understand that. Somebody explain that to me. Jason says training, yes. Permit, no. Why not be knowledgeable? Get training if you desire. You know what? First time I shot a gun, you know the training that I had? I believe my Uncle Mac. My Uncle Mac said, all right, you put the barrel here. See that? That's what you look through. This is the trigger. There's your target. It's gonna kick. It's gonna kick you a little bit. So hold it firm, and then look through here, line that up, and try to hit that target. Boom. It's like, he said, yeah, I told you that it was gonna kick you a little bit. I didn't have to go get no formal training. I didn't have to go get no formal training. That was my training. I promise y'all, I don't understand all of y'all begging the government to take y'all rights away, or at least to severely restrict them. I don't. If I want to buy a gun, I should be able to buy a gun. Because guess what? And I heard Wyatt say this the other day, even though he was, I think, on the opposite side of this. I heard Wyatt say the criminals, they not worried about it. They go get their gun. And even if they got turning it sideways or whatever, they gonna have a gun. So y'all want us, law-abiding citizens, to be the only people who y'all are begging the government to restrict law-abiding citizens' rights to own and carry a firearm. We're talking about both. Buying and carrying. Buying and carrying. I'm talking about both. Now, it might seem like a little bit of a contradiction. I'm okay with a background check. I'm okay with a background check. I have no problem with it. Because, you know, you might be able to weed somebody out here or there who, because I'm not saying everybody should have a gun. I'm saying everyone kind of has a right to. But I'm not necessarily saying everybody should have one. But yeah, criminals gonna have them. Criminals gonna carry them. So you definitely not making the law to stop the criminals because they don't obey the law. They don't obey the law. It's not gonna stop them. I think Emmanuel should have a way where people can be on live with him so that we can have some multiple points of view. Multiple points of view, GC, are overrated. All you really need is my point of view. You hear me? That's why they call me the king of talk. You hear me? That's all you need. Multiple points of view. It's overrated. But no, I want us to stop. By us, I don't mean black people. I mean Americans, to stop empowering the government to take away our rights. Stop empowering the government to take away our rights. Should you have to get some training to vote? I want to vote. Oh, you ain't had enough training. You're not licensed. I want to vote. Got to take this test and make sure that you're qualified. And we tried that before. We didn't like that, did we? We didn't like that, did we? But that's what we're asking for when it comes to one of our other rights, buying and carrying a weapon. This no need for temps, just driving tests and temps either. You don't have a constitutional right to drive. You don't have a constitutional right to drive. Unless the Constitution has been amended since the last time I looked at it. Man, oh man, tell me which amendment gives you the constitutional right to drive. And I will advocate that you don't need no training. He compared gun ownership rights to voting. They're both, yeah, I know this is hard. They're both rights guaranteed by the Constitution. So you can compare them. And I know you don't believe this, but they did that with voting rights for black people back in the day. They said, you gotta take a test. You have to meet certain qualifications other than just age limit qualifications. Yeah, they actually did that. So they're comparable. They're comparable. Right, we talking about now. Right. How long ago do you think that was? Just curious. How long ago do you think that was that they were telling people, black people in particular, and a lot of places around the country, they were creating rules to restrict their right to vote? How long ago do you think that was? I don't think it was as long ago as you think it was. And guess what? And guess what? If we keep asking the government to restrict our constitutional rights, what's to make you think that that can't come back? That's the point that I want to say that's really the only point that I'm making. That's really the only point that I'm making. Stop people asking the government to restrict your constitutional rights. Stop telling your state government to restrict your constitutional right. Put a rule in place about this. Put a rule in place about that. Are you against background checks? I'm not necessarily against background checks. I don't like them, but I guess I understand it. I guess I understand it. So I mentioned this earlier. I said it might seem like a contradiction, but I guess I kind of get that. But if I'm legally able to own a gun, I've passed your background check. Why can't I carry it in the manner that I want to carry it? Because we're talking to some degree about concealed carry. Why can't I carry it in the manner that I want to carry it? That's the part I'm not getting. I'm not against background. Glenn says I have a weapon, did a background check, easy peasy. I'm not against that. Not against that. Revolver or semi-automatic. I don't know if he's replying to somebody. Am I for ex-felons owning guns? To be completely honest, I don't really have that much of a problem with ex-felons owning guns. I don't really have that much of a problem with it. I think I understand. I guess it all depends on how you look at what our penal system is and what it should be. But if I believe that an ex-felon, he's an ex-felon for a reason. He, quote, paid his debt to society. He did his time. He did what he was supposed to do. He should be fully restored. He should be fully restored. All of his rights should be restored to him. The right to vote, the right to everything, carry a weapon, I believe all of his rights should be restored to him or her. So that's where I am with it. I understand people who, want to hold, because that's what that if you ask me, that's what that comes down to. I want to hold something against you. You committed a crime in your past. I guess you paid your debt, and I want to give you some of your rights back, but for the rest of your life, you got to be punished. Now, I'm a believer in having a record. I'm a believer in having a record. I believe I get criticized for this, and it sounds again like a contradiction, but I don't think it is. But if it is, oh well, I'm the king of talk. Um, I believe your record should follow you. I believe that it potentially should hinder you a little bit. There's the potential that somebody looks at it and says, "Ooh, I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this chick. They made some sketchy decisions in their past, maybe that harm society, and I don't trust them." I believe that specter should always be there. The reason I believe that should be there is hopefully to deter other people. I guess that's really the only reason I believe it should be there, to deter other people. Maybe you telling your little children, like, look, I made some mistakes and I pay for that all the time. Don't make the mistakes that I made. How does it affect you, daddy? When I go to apply for a job, I have to tell them I'm a felon, and it lessens my chances of getting that job. Don't put yourself in that situation. So that I'm all right with. That I'm all right with. But Vernon says, right, so they can go out and kill and rob and rape again. Well, if that's the case, then just don't let them out of jail. Anybody who commit a crime, just keep them in jail for the rest of their life. You committed a crime, you go to jail for the rest of your life. Because guess what? Guess what, Vernon and anybody else? They can go get a gun. You felons, ex-felons, whatever term you want to use, because I know some of them don't like that term. I forget there was a term that somebody told me that I should use, but I forget what it was. They can go out and get a gun. So if they want to rape, rob, and kill, they don't need your permission to do that. But why don't an ex-felon have a right to defend him or herself when faced with someone, with a weapon? So because I'm an ex-felon, I just gotta, you got me. Go ahead, kill me. No, they should have a right to defend them. I'm in my house. I'm in my home. I'm an ex-felon. I made some mistakes 40 years ago, but I'm not allowed. So you break in my house, and all I get to say is, you got me, bruh. Or grab a bat and get out of my house. That's all I got. No, they should be allowed to own a weapon. They should be allowed to own a weapon. Is a felon ever really an ex-felon? That's a real question. No sarcastic response needed. See, by adding that last part, you make me want to give you a sarcastic response. I wouldn't have even taken it that way. But I don't know how to be sarcastic. So I'll just answer the question like I normally would, because I don't even know necessarily the definition of sarcasm. Are they ever really an ex-felon? I don't know. Again, I guess that depends on how you view the system that we live in. Your record should follow you. Yes, I said that and I meant that. Your record should follow you. But that's different than, and I don't even know how to express this to people uh who don't seem to be able to understand the difference between what I'm saying. Because there might not be the difference that you guys would understand. Um Here's, I'll do it this way. I go to school. I do everything quote unquote right. I get a degree. Because of the things, the choices that I made and the things that I've done, I earn a degree. It means I put in the work and that work gets recognized, and they say you now have a bachelor of science in whatever, or an associate degree in whatever. Guess what happens when I get that degree? Because I made decisions and choices, put in work, and that work was recognized. For the rest of my life, I get to say, I got an associate degree. No matter what I do for the rest of my life, I got an associate degree. I got a bachelor's degree. I got a master's degree. I got a PhD. I get to say that for the rest of my life. No matter what, even if after I get my PhD, I go on a murder spree, guess what? I still earned a PhD. I earned it. It's mine. You can't take that from me. I earned it. Now, if you give me an honorary one, that you can take. But if I earned it, it's mine for the rest of my life, for good or for bad. But in this case, it's good because I put in the work. On the other side, if I put in the work to be a criminal and I got caught and my crime was recognized and I was convicted, equally, that should follow me for the rest of my life. I could change my life around and go earn my PhD, but I earned that other one too. I'm a PhD, but I also committed this felony. I think what you do, as it becomes recognized, it follows you. And it should, because it's a part of who you are. No one says, well, he got that PhD 50 years ago and he ain't used it. So he's not really a PhD. No one says that. No one says that. He got that bachelor's degree when he was 23. He's 60 years old. He ain't got no bachelor's degree no more. And he never even used it. It was in basket weaving. I don't actually know if they give away bachelor's degrees in basket weaving, which I know people always use that. It was in basket weaving. So I still got my PhD in basket weaving or my bachelor's or whatever. You can't take that from me. Same with the felon. You don't wipe that out. It still exists. It's still a part of the factoring process. You can expunge felonies. It should, but over time, you should be judged by where you are in life at that moment. I agree with that. I agree with that. And that's what I'm saying. When I say you should have a record and that record should follow you, that don't mean that you're not judged for who you are. Because again, if I got a PhD, but I got convicted of raping 3 people, you can't be like, well, we only judging you on the PhD part. No, what am I doing now? So I guess I should put this on silent. Um MLW Reed says, no, it shouldn't. You are wrong. Apples and oranges. Y'all know my take on apples and oranges. Maybe you're new. You can compare apples and oranges. And it's a fair comparison. But to the point that you're attempting to make, no, it's not apples and oranges. It's really not. It's your body of work that we recognize, that we see, and that we recognize. Now, if it be negative, it's negative. If it's positive, it's positive. And that's all in the mind of the person who's judging it. But yeah, it should follow you, just like your degree should follow you. Some people choose to recognize your degree, some people don't. Why y'all worried about who calling me? Why y'all worried about it? I guess because y'all heard the phone super loud. It was actually those people. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember this, but remember I talked to those people and they were trying to get me, excuse me, and they were trying to get me to sign up for Medicare. I did it one day. They still calling me. They still calling me. But I answer every once in a while. Not now, but having a background in HR, even if the rules say ignore, the culture doesn't. Okay. Okay. That's fine. See, look, I'm saying it should be there because it is a thing to consider. If me, having never committed a felony, I don't think I've ever committed a felony. And I'm not just saying I haven't been caught. No, I don't think I've ever committed a felony. And the other me, let's call him Jack Thompson. Me and Jack Thompson, we both apply for the same job. We got the, I know it's a fictitious scenario, so don't flip out. We same birthday, same height, same unconventional hairline, same work history, same degrees, same everything, except Jack Thompson committed a felony. I didn't. I think that should be something that could be taken into consideration. Now, somebody might look at that and say, hey, this Jack Thompson been through a little more adversity than that Emanuel Livingston, and look at where he's come. Look at how he redeemed himself. He committed that felony and he's in the exact same spot with the exact same skill set, the exact same work history minus, the little felony conviction. Let's give him a shot. Whereas somebody else might be like, hey, look, that Emanuel Livingston, he done did everything the right way. Sorry, but Jack, you made a decision in 1991. And it's going to affect the decision that we make in 2022. Sorry. Maybe if the other candidate didn't have the exact same qualifications as you, maybe you get this job. But y'all dead even on everything, except you got that felony. We got to choose him. I think I should get that edge. I think I should get that edge. I do. They've been back there talking for a long time. I might have to get them to, go do some work. Let's see. Somebody said he definitely gonna ignore the BB gun comment. I didn't see a BB gun comment. Hold on, let me scroll back. I like the other stuff. Hold on. I'm looking for the BB gun comment. Uh, this is not the BB gun comment. Where's the B? I don't see a BB gun comment. I'm sorry. I didn't ignore it. I just didn't see it. And I'm looking back. I still don't see it. I'm looking. Sorry, I don't see a BB gun comment. What was the BB gun comment? Yeah, what was the BB gun comment? I don't even know that I understand. E-man, you look like you snuck into a newsroom and found a dark corner and started broadcasting with their equipment. They are too busy in conversation to notice you. But when they finally do, that's your ass. Look. I thought, I move fast. I got a nice little studio, got a staff. They don't work all that much. They sit around and have conversations and gather at Becky's desk. But I didn't sneak into nobody's studio. Um, let's see. I said chasing someone in your car with a BB gun might qualify as a felony. No, not a felony. Not a felony. I technically all I did was, drive coincidentally the same direction as they were driving. And since I happen to have a toy in my glove box, I just so happened to pull out the toy and admire it while driving in the same direction. So, no, that is definitely not a felony. It's a shame that if you do everything right, it can possibly be seen as a negative compared to someone who has a felony because he's been through some things. Something is not right with that. I believe that possibly happens. Somebody said no black employees. No black employees. Hey, I got black employees. They just, you know, the kind of rule which, I'm kind of soft on the rule is when I'm live, cut down all the stuff in the background. The last time I was on, you didn't see anybody in the background because that's the way and the black people just follow the rules a little more than Becky over there. So I'll have a talk with them. I'll have a talk with them. Same movement for 45 minutes. Hey, they come on, they can't occupy the desks because I'm here. So, you know, they over there doing what they doing. Why y'all focusing too much on my staff? Um, in life, we have choices. So make it a good one. You may only have one chance. It's not workplace harassment. It's not. I want them to do their job. But I wanted to discuss that. Uh, it was something else that I wanted to discuss with y'all. I can't think of what it is. I can't think of what it is that I wanted to discuss. So, yeah, I think that's just about gonna wrap it up. That's just about gonna wrap it up. Somebody want to know, am I hiring? Not currently. Not currently. But when I do, Even if you have a felony, feel free to apply. A lot of life is learned from making bad choices as well. True, true. Uh, will we meet your wife? If she ever decide that she want to meet y'all, then yes. If she don't, then no. She's a private woman, kind of like me. Kind of like me. A little baby story. I don't really. Last time a little baby came over, she just slept. When they brought her over, told y'all they bring her over really early. And when they brought her over, she was asleep and she slept until her mama got here. And her mama woke her up and, touched up her little hair. It was rainbow day. That's a thing. It was rainbow day. And so she put her on her little rainbow shirt and she went to school. It was quite uneventful, except for when she said bye. It just cracks me up. It's not no biggie. But when she said bye, and I said, she did not hear me say bye. And so she said to her mama, Papa forgot to say bye to me. I was thinking, I said bye, but she didn't hear me. So I had to say it louder. I had to say it louder just so that she would know that I said it. She be what you call it when she kind of, she be snitching. That's what she be doing. She be snitching. Then mommy, Papa forgot to say bye. You just didn't hear me. But either way, that was her way of trying to bully me into saying bye. Let me see. Other than that, I can't. Rainbow Day. No, not that kind of rainbow day. They were it was our day, apparently. Every day of the alphabet, I mean every letter of the alphabet gets a day. And it was our day. And so for our rainbow, our rainbow. So it was Rainbow Day. And coincidentally, on Rainbow Day, I saw a rainbow. Yeah, I was out in Woodlawn. And I wish I would have saved it. I would have put the little rainbow up on screen. I would put the rainbow up on the screen. Hold on, maybe I can. Maybe I can put the rainbow up on the screen because I saw a rainbow yesterday. Hold on, I might be able to. Let me send it. Send it here. Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can send it. This is gonna get a little complicated, and y'all might not even want to see it. But send it the actual size. But yeah, I saw a rainbow yesterday. And so I sent it to the little baby. And she was happy with the rainbow. Let me see if I can pull this up. See if I can pull this up. Go here. Go here. It hasn't come up yet. Well, when it pops up, if I could show y'all, I will show y'all. But I saw a rainbow yesterday. And I know I'm like a little kid. I still get excited when I see rainbows and pull out my phone, taking pictures like take out my phone and take pictures and send them to people like, ooh, a rainbow. So when I saw the rainbow, I FaceTimed Mrs. Livingston. Hold on. Let me go here. Cancel that. Go here. Why is it still not there? It should be there by now. I wonder if it went to spam or something. Wouldn't that be terrible if because I email myself, it goes to it goes to it goes Mrs. Livingston just texted me and said she cheats in cards after learning a game. She does cheat. She does. She's a cheater. And she even admits it. She admitted that she's a cheater. I kind of like that she admits that she's a cheater. She has a self-awareness. Oh, I think she was saying, I won. And somebody said, you won because you cheated. And she said, I did cheat. And that made me win. I was like, that's terrible. I'm going to have to give her some lessons. Like, no, you don't just admit that you cheated. You don't just admit that you cheated. But my rainbow picture. I was excited to show y'all my rainbow picture. MLW Reese says it had a felony. It what had a felony? Todd ain't, in the workplace, I'm really not allowed to talk about this stuff, but Todd ain't gonna get the draws. I'm telling you, Todd is straight up in the friend zone. Todd is not gonna get the draws, but he putting in work. He putting in work, and I respect that. How do I send this thing? How do I thought I sent it. If y'all want to send me an email, my email is emanuellivingston@yahoo.com. Y'all can send me an email. Yeah, send it anyway. No subject. Maybe I'll send the small version. Maybe the other version was too large. The other version was too large. I hope y'all hanging around just to see a rainbow, because that's really all I got left is a rainbow. When are you going to create an afternoon entertainment Facebook page? I thought about that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm still just a little ambiguous on where I'm going with all of this. I'm a little ambiguous. Like, I like doing it. I like talking to y'all. And somebody told me, like, you got to do it. You got to do it like as a business. And I'm like, I'm just doing it because I like to do it. We want to see Dave, Stinger, Roscoe, and your wife all in one picture. That's funny. I actually talked to Roscoe today. Probably, it felt like about 30, 45 minutes. It might not have been that long, but it felt like a good long time. I talked to Roscoe today. He's doing good. He's doing good. Oh, I didn't talk at all about Ukraine today. I didn't talk, and not that there's a whole lot to say. I don't understand why this email is not coming through. I don't understand why this email is not coming through. Maybe, hold on. I should be able to airdrop it to myself, right? I've airdropped like twice. I've airdropped something twice since having it. And I think Miss Monday was here to help me do it. Not here, but I did it at the studio and she helped me do it. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Go here. I don't know how to do it. I ain't even know. I don't know how to do it. If I select that, and I do that, airdrop. And I think if I do that, I have to turn on airdrop here. Um, Go to the airdrop control center. I'm in the airdrop control center. It's not letting me do my airdropping stuff. I'm lost, y'all. I don't have I don't have anything on that phone that y'all not supposed to see. But it won't, it's not airdropping. Airdrop. I go here, show it in the menu. I don't know why. It's not sending it. Okay, maybe I can do it this way. No, I can't do it that way. Okay, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to I don't know how. I sent it to myself via email. I sent it via email, but it hasn't come via email yet. Ah, okay, there it is. It just popped up. Let me make sure. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's something different. That's something different. That was me sending a thumbnail to somebody about something. Why am I not sending emails? Hold on, let me do this. Let me go to my email here. Go here, go here. Nope, it is not here. But I know I sent it. I'm sorry, y'all don't get to see the rainbow. And it was a beautiful rainbow. It was a beautiful rainbow. Have you had a hot mic moment at the studio? No, no. Your wife about to call you and say, "Stop, fool, before you post something they ain't supposed to see." Now, you ain't got to worry about that. She won't let me take no pictures of her. Not that way. Oh, she like, nope. You're not taking no pictures of me. What you think I'm crazy? Not that I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, she would not allow me to. She would not allow me to. I don't understand why I can't airdrop. I'm frustrated about not being able to airdrop because I know I did it here before. Airdrop is always available in the control center. I'm in the control center. I am in the control center. Why can't you just hold your phone up to the camera? Because my phone is cracked and it don't always end up being the best. So, it's hard to see it because I still haven't replaced it. Uh, oh no, control center. I'm sorry. I just can't figure it out. Did Becky and Chad in the background? It's not Chad, it's Todd. We're gonna have a good talking to because they've been over there. Uh They've been over there talking for a while. Screen getting replaced just like that transmission. No, I was gonna replace the screen a while ago. I'm not embarrassed. I'll show you the screen. I'm not embarrassed about that. But it's all cracked up and stuff. The phone is what the phone is. I'm not embarrassed about the phone. I just stuff should be working the way it's supposed to be working. If I send a photo to my email, I should be able to pull up that photo. It is not a play phone. It's an iPhone 7. It's an iPhone 7. It still worked. It still worked. Um, hold on, let me see. I'm just trying to figure out how to airdrop. Hold on, let me go here. Let me go here. No, not there. Yeah, it's on. There's no reason for me to not see it. It's there. I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all don't get to see the rainbow. I'm excited about the rainbow. I get excited about a rainbow. I'm telling you, like a little kid. I get excited about a rainbow like a little kid. I think I got like 4 pictures of rainbows. Every time I see a rainbow, if my phone is there, you can best believe I'm taking a picture. And I will sit there and just look at the rainbow. Like, wow, wow, wow. I like a little kid. I don't know why I'm fascinated with rainbows. Yeah, but my laptop is not connected to my computer is not connected to my phone. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. AirDrop. Oh, wait a minute. I found something. Uh-oh, y'all might be in trouble. AirDrop. Yes, it should be discoverable by everyone. Everyone. Yes. And now my AirDrop ain't seeing it. No people found. What in the hell? What the hell is going on? I don't know what's happening. This AirDrop thing is just playing with me. It's just playing with me. It know I want to do something, so it's gonna not do it. That's all right. That's all right. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, uh, no, but I can't have Becky. I can't have Becky come over here messing with my stuff. That's seeing the phone. Okay, this don't make no sense. The AirDrop is seeing the phone, but the phone is not seeing the computer. I feel like Lincoln now. I feel like Lincoln. Oh, Anyway, actually, the little baby does have a much better phone than I do. She does. She has a much better phone than I do. Her mama even actually at one point was like, I could give you her phone and then you could take her phone. And I was like, nope. Or I could give you her phone and she could take your phone. And I was like, nope, nope. Android people don't have these problems because you can't do airdrop on your Android. Come on. Who you who you trying to fool? It's seeing it. Y'all don't understand. I'm frustrated because I'm like Lincoln now. Ah, what? Okay, there we go. What? It says it was canceled. Oh, airdrop. It said Emanuel Livingston's Mac would like to receive a picture from Emanuel Livingston's iPhone. I said okay. It said okay. And then it said it was canceled. But I never canceled it. It's teasing me. That's what it's doing. Scott, I thought you wanted somebody to call you today. Oh, I have Dropbox. I don't have to go through all of that. I shouldn't have to go through all of that. I could do it via Dropbox. All right, now it's seeing the phone. Oh, this is frustrating me. I am. I am. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this over here. Oh, it's not gonna go. I was gonna show y'all what I'm going through. This don't make no sense. Okay, I am. Scott, I'm calling you today. If you stop talking shit, I'm calling you today. Oh, I'm calling you today. But I was talking about just quickly about Ukraine. Zelensky saying he need to meet with Putin in order to stop this. And I don't know that I'm suggesting that sound good, but I think Putin want to kill you, bro. Putin wants to kill you. You, but I mean, you really think you talking to Putin is gonna stop this war? Putin want what Putin want. Other than you saying we surrender, come in and take over this country, annex it, and make it a part of Russia. What do you think you're gonna do? You haven't even been able to convince the world community to send you some troops to help. But you're gonna convince the dude that's blowing your country up to stop blowing your country up? I'm pretty sure it'll be at a neutral site with tons of security. And and didn't we watch wasn't it Kim Jong whatever brother and some woman touched him in the airport and then he collapsed a few seconds later and he died? They could go to shake hands and he, because didn't he, oh, who's the other dude that the Russians poisoned? I can't think who it was. Y'all know the dude. The Russians poisoned him, and then he went back to Russia, and they threw him in jail, and he'll probably be in jail for the rest of his life. Why are you trying to meet with Putin? They will poison you, and you. Well, there'll be a lot of security. Security ain't gonna stop them from touching you. You eventually you're gonna have to shake his hand or something. Y'all gonna want to do a photo op. He gonna go to shake your hand. He gonna shake your hand. He gonna have that stuff. He gonna have that stuff on his hand. What that happened to his brother? Yeah, yeah. One of I get them mixed up. Is it which one is in charge now? Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il? Un or Il? Which one is in charge now? Un or Il? Navalny. Yeah, that's who they poisoned. That's who they poisoned. Navalny. Poisoned him, thought he was going to die. And then he went back and they put him in jail. Na. So yes, his brother got poisoned. I believe that's the one who they poisoned at the airport. Yeah, I did all of that. Somebody's giving me instructions on how to do the airdrop. I did all of that. And it just says no people found. It just ain't working for me. But yeah, they murdered him. I don't have to shake your hand to agree on something. Just sign the papers with your pen, and I will sign with my pen. Nah, they gonna want to shake. They gonna want to shake or something. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. Putin is his days are probably numbered anyway. So did Raven take the jab? I ask Raven. I don't know. And even if I did know, I wouldn't share her business. Like if she hasn't told you, why would I share her personal medical information with you that she don't want to share? I've heard her say on a number of occasions, that's nobody's business. So even if I knew, why would I share that? You said it told you when I stopped the airdrop. Well, either way, my airdrop ain't functioning appropriately. See, now they got me back on this airdrop thing. She's still at the station, so yeah, she did. And again, that's not necessarily true. That's a leap in logic. They fired people months ago, and I was still at the station. So the assumption could have been, well, he had to have taken it because he's still at the station. That's not necessarily true. sometimes it's okay to just not know. And because it's her business, just let it be her business. Like, how do it affect you? Whether or not she took the vaccine, how does it affect you? It doesn't. We're gonna move. All right. And it's time for me to be off of here. I told you I was only gonna be on here for about an hour, and it's been two. But it's time for me to get off of here anyway. And I'll figure out this airdrop thing, and that'll be that. Eventually, I'll figure it out. But I do appreciate y'all. I do. Kenneth said it don't. Just thinking, bro. Yeah, just. But if she don't want you to know, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And just it's usually not a good look to ask somebody about somebody else's personal medical information. It's like me knowing somebody that know you and be like, do he got herpes? Like if you ain't running around telling people, then why am I worried about it? B-Rap says, do some research on Ukrainian people being racist. I kind of talked about that, but B-Rap, what difference does that make? Like, okay, Ukrainian people, racism exists in Ukraine. Racism exists in Poland, which is where a lot of people are trying to go to, and they're being racist against some of the people. But they still don't deserve to be getting blown up. You know what I'm saying? That country invaded. Racism is very widespread here in the United States of America. But I still don't want to be invaded. You know what I'm saying? The country taken over. So that's all I'm saying about that. But all right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. I appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with me. I intend on being back tomorrow. Same experimental channel. Same experimental time. I don't know how I was just trying to throw experiment in there. I'm gonna figure out some clever ways to throw experiment because it's the afternoon experiment. This whole thing is an experiment. Oh, and tomorrow. Well, I won't spoil it. It's not. See, now that I said that, it sounds like it's something special. Somebody suggested, like, hey, somebody said, what time? 1:00. 1:00. So tomorrow, somebody said, give the people a chance to support you. Now, I said I give the people a chance to support me by coming on the air. That's me giving the people a chance to support me. I see, 100 and some odd people on here earlier today. Okay. But somebody said you should give people a chance to support you financially. Financially. So they said, hey, you should put your Cash App up and give people an opportunity to, if they just donated $1 a day. If they just donated $1 a day, then that would, and I kind of, that's not what no. But I'll put it up tomorrow. And if you want to send me some money, I will take your money. I will take your money. And if you don't, I won't have no hard feelings. But the person, they made a good case for it. And in essence, they said, what would it hurt just to put it up? So I'll put it up. Maybe. I gotta think about it. It feel a little, I'm not that guy. Send me some money. I'm not that guy. So it might be there tomorrow. It might not. But somebody suggested that I do it. So I'm considering it. But if you wanted to send me like $1,000, I'll take it. I'll take it. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message on Facebook. You about to send me $1,000? I'll send you my Cash App. Or it might be up tomorrow. I just feel funny about it. I just feel funny about it. Space age panhandling. That's kind of what it feel like. Like I'm at the end of the highway ramp with a sign that says, "We'll talk for money." You know what I'm saying? I know, Janice. I know. I'm working on it. By this time tomorrow, I will have made a decision whether or not to put it up. I will have made a decision on whether or not to put it up. But it does feel funny to me because I'm not that guy. But all right, I got to get out of here because somebody said that I'll never end the show at 3:00. And they're right today. But, but one of these days, I'm going to end the show at 3:00. But 3:07 ain't bad. 3:07 ain't bad. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all support. Somebody said, don't put it up. It's like a GoFundMe. It's a little different than a GoFundMe. It's a little different than a GoFundMe. Will he get 100% of the money? He wouldn't on YouTube. He would only get like, no, if you Cash App somebody, you Cash App them. If you send them $1, they get $1. If you send them $100, they get $100. Cash App is just a different way to exchange money. It's almost like you got $100 bill and you see me face to face and you say, y'all know how people do. People don't want other people to see them give you money, so they kind of got it balled up in their hand and they kind of rub it in your hand and then you kind of take it, and that's that. That's what Cash App is. It's just a different way to say, here's some money. I don't see you face to face, but electronically, I can send you some money. I use Cash App. I've sent people money via Cash App. I don't have a problem with sending money to people via Cash App. I support people. If your Cash App is out there, and I'm telling you, I have sent money to people and causes that I support. Somebody said, isn't the IRS looking into Cash App money now? I don't know. But I've been paid via Cash App for services rendered, and I report that money. So, but I don't like, if I send my daughter $5 via Cash App, I don't think that's taxable income. You know what I'm saying? That's just me giving her $5. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Well, I mean, I know that's the way it works. So, but if you give me money in exchange for a service, I'm doing a service and you pay me, then I'm gonna report that money, even if you give me cash. Because I'm an honest guy. TC just showing up. Hey, got a minute. What's good, y'all? We wrapping it up, TC. We wrapping it up. Somebody said Glenn, sound like you tricking. Glenn, do you have a Cash App? Do you have Cash App? Just curious. How many of y'all watching? Right now, it's like 80 people watching, probably because I didn't say it by 7 times. It's like 80 people watching. Scott says, not by family. He believes it has to be over $600. How many people watching right now have Cash App? Jerica says she does. TC's got it. Anthony says his wife does, but he don't use it. I was really hesitant to get it along with it. But when I did, it was cool. Marquita says she does. Barbara does. Vanessa. Tracy. Carolyn. Jeannie. Robert. Nat has Cash App and Venmo. I don't have Venmo. Yo Underwood does. It's good for penny stocks. All right. Greg does. Scott does. Wife use it for the kids and grands. All right. Anime. I'm not sure what that means exactly. I had to block my daughter from Cash App because she made me mad one time. I'm not 100% sure what that means. So yeah, I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. So yeah, there are a lot of people who have it. And Richard says, good to hear you. Pray all is well with you. All is well. Thank you. So yeah, you might see a Cash App up there. You might not. Kenneth says, when the grid go down, your cash is gone. Has the grid gone down? They can request money. Sometimes I ignore it. It's very useful to have. I found it to be useful. I do. I've found it to be useful. And again, the main thing that I've used it for is kind of supporting people. So I'll put money on there and send it to people who I can't get to or whatever, and just I always put some money on their books. Put some money on their books. Jerica says, find another way. Just my opinion. Man, you got a right to your opinion. If you need $1 or $2, just say that. Do the buying stars thing. I'm not even sure what that means. I have supported people on Patreon. And I've not looked into any of that kind of stuff. Because again, I'm just doing this for fun. But somebody said, hey, put something up there so if people want to support you, they can. And it was something I hadn't even considered. But since they mentioned it today, I said, I'll consider it. So, all right. Let me see. Emanuel, can you cash at me $50? I need some reefer. Somebody said, yes, Patreon. Okay, explain to me the difference, the mentality difference. So, y'all comfortable with me saying, hey, send me some money via Patreon. But y'all not comfortable with me saying, hey, send me some money via Cash App. Y'all comfortable with me saying, hey, send me some money via Venmo. I don't know, maybe not. Send me some money via PayPal, but not send me some money via Venmo. Explain to me the difference in y'all mind. Because again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. But explain to me the difference in your mind. Support me on Patreon. Support me on Patreon and support me on Cash App. Either way, ain't that me asking for money if I did that? Look into buying stars, bro. Again, I don't know what that means. I'll look into it. But Ain't that still? And I'm asking now because I genuinely don't know what the buying stars thing is. Ain't that somebody said it's the faces you making that are throwing us off. Because I don't understand. I don't know the difference. Well, I don't know the difference. So help me understand the difference. If you buy stars, ain't that money? Does that money go to me? Like, how does that work? Anime says I prefer Cash App in all respect. As the creator, once I donate to you, it's on you to grow your brand. Cash App just seems more like begging, but Patreon is not. Ah, okay. And hold on, who was it that said? Keep scrolling. Cash App is beneath some people. Okay. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Uh Twin wants to call in. I'm looking into call in things. So what is this? March 3rd. By the end of the month, I commit to y'all that you will be able to call the show by the end of the month. How many viewers does one need to start to get advertising who will pay you? Uh, None. I mean, if you can find somebody who says, I want to advertise, of there's no number of viewers that one has to have. Uh, Somebody said, now you begging like Keep Sweat. I haven't begged for anything. We're discussing these options. I haven't asked anything. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I'm going to put it up there, but somebody suggested that I should. Stars is for tipping. Patreon is more a monthly payment, but you can do one-time payments. All right. No, Patreon is like work for pay. Somebody hope I start doing calls soon. Hold on, I see something. Jury reached verdict on the police officer that fired shots in Brianna case. Was found not guilty. I heard him crying, talking about his officer friend who got shot and breaking down in tears. And it's so offensive when they do that. You can break down in tears for the officer who got shot, breaking into somebody's house and that person in that house defending themselves. But where's your tears for Brianna, who y'all murdered? Where's your tears for her? Call in is only good if the viewers can hear both sides of the call. Well, yeah, I wouldn't do a call where you could just hear me talking. Yeah. Look like you in a good spot. Uh, I'm playing. No, it's all good. It's all good. Look, none of this stuff. Again, y'all will have to work really hard to offend me. It's not begging if you are providing a service and if you're providing entertainment. YouTubers all the time put their cash up there. They have a PayPal up there, and people give them money. All right. Kind of like at church, you take a love offering after the guest preacher preaches. People do still do that, don't they? uh I suggest Cash App, Patreon, Bitcoin address, XRP address, all of them, but then just exchange for whatever currency you want. All right. Kenneth says, ain't none. They could, you mean couldn't, care less about her life. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, you're wrong, but what you're saying, what you meant to say is right. I need y'all to stop. Y'all know how that affect me. I need y'all to stop saying I could care less about this or I could care less about that. It's I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. There's a logic to it. There's a logic to it. I care so little, it's impossible for me to care any less. I couldn't care less. If you could care less, that means you care. And there's a level of caring below what you actually do care. So you could care less. Please, just for, I know that I know what you mean when you say it, but y'all know that that vexes me. Y'all know that vexes me. Couldn't care less. They couldn't care less. They couldn't care less. I'm sorry, and it ain't that big of a deal, but it's that big of a deal because now I'm gonna be sitting here, the show gonna be off, and I'm gonna be walking around the house thinking, why can't these people get couldn't care less right? And it's gonna vex me, and Mrs. Livingston gonna say something to me, and I'm gonna just give her a look because I'm not gonna be thinking about what she just said. I'm gonna be thinking about I could care less, and she gonna be like, what I do? And I'm gonna be like, nothing. Still thinking about that person who said they could care less. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to Mrs. Livingston. Yo Underwood says he could care less. That means he cares. He cares. And did you see was it a Proud Boy? The Proud Boy who was convicted of a conspiracy in the January 6th. Anime says could or couldn't, both can be correct depending. Yeah, depending on what you're trying to say. If you're trying to say that you care, then could care less is correct. If you're trying to say you don't care, then couldn't care less is correct. uh I was talking about the cop, Emanuel. I know, but you said that he could care less. But I'm certain that what you meant was that that cop couldn't care less about Brianna's life. You didn't mean that cop, he cares about Brianna's life. But when you say he could care, uh, I'm about to give out the number. And no, don't call that number. Uh, how about F it? I'm just saying it vexes me. It vexes me. Black Wolf Fish says, you've been eating powdered donuts? Actually, yes, I have. Yes. Thank you for noticing. Um, Walmart's. Y'all know how I feel about putting S's on the end of stuff that it don't belong. All right, I had to get out of here. See, it's 3:30. I said this at 2:59 and it's almost 3:30. I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Until next time, I'm Emanuel Livingston, your king of talk. I'm out, y'all. Peace.